I was halfway through my mashed potatoes when my brother decided to perform. "Still driving that old Honda, Elena?" Tyler called across the Christmas table, loud enough to rattle the ornaments. Some of us actually made something of ourselves. Laughter ricocheted around the room. Uncles, cousins, even my aunt with the tinsel sweater. Everyone but me. I took a breath and let the noise pass over. I knew what was parked 3 houses down. My name is Elena. I'm 29, and I work in tech sales enterprise software licensing. It isn't glamorous, and I don't splash it across social feeds the way Tyler broadcasts his middle manager title at a dealership. Growing up, he was the golden son. Varsity letters, booming charm, a mythic appetite for attention. I was the quiet one who studied while he partied, the kid who paid her community college tuition while he breezed through state school on our parents' dime. They bragged about his trophies. I collected receipts, savings, and silence. After college, I moved 2 hours away, memorized product sheets, built relationships, and learned the difference between talking and closing. No designer bags, no champagne photos, no rise and grind posts. I kept my head down and stacked progress, one contract at a time. The funny thing about being underestimated long enough, people stop looking closely. That's when you can build something they never see coming. Tyler arrived to dinner late in a leased BMW that he revved twice for the crowd. He made sure everyone heard about his 6-figure promotion, as though the decimal point were a character witness. Our dad clapped his shoulder. "That's my boy." I set a tin of cookies and a bottle of wine on the counter. No one said thank you. At the table, he aimed for blood. "So, Elena, still at that call center?" "It's enterprise software sales," I said. He smirked. "Right, telemarketing with extra steps." His wife, Bree, giggled behind a hand. My mother stared at her plate. I felt the heat rise and left it there. "It's a bit more complex than that." "Sure it is," he said, swirling his glass. "You still in that shoebox apartment?" "I like it. Bet the rent's cheap." He winked at Dad. "Some of us moved on to real estate." Aunt Dorothy leaned in. "Well, not everyone is as ambitious as you, Tyler." I put down my fork. "I'm plenty ambitious." "Then where's the proof?" he said, grinning. "Still wearing clearance? Still nursing that rusty Honda?" Eyes landed on me, waiting for a scene. I smiled. "You're right, Tyler. I'm doing fine." The confusion on his face was almost merciful. Gift time arrived like a commercial break. He handed out branded envelopes, 50s and 100s lingering over each presentation like a magician. He passed me a $20 Starbucks card. "For those long phone calls," he said, winking again. I thanked him. My mother cleared her throat. "Elena, honey, did you bring something for Tyler?" I handed him a small box, a leather wallet I knew he'd use. He shrugged and tossed it onto the couch. "Cool, thanks." Later, while I rinsed dishes, I heard voices through the kitchen door. "I just worry about her," Tyler said. "She's almost 30 with nothing to show." "She's doing her best," Dad said. "Her best isn't enough. No house, no decent car, no boyfriend. I offered her a job and she turned it down, because I already made 3 times what he offered. But he never asked." When I stepped in, both men went still. Tyler pasted on a smile. "You should come by the dealership. We'll get you into something nicer with employee pricing." "I'm good," I said, "just trying to help family." He walked me to the door. "Seriously, if you need money, I'll keep it in mind." I slid into my old Honda at the curb. What he didn't notice was the other key on my ring, the one I'd used that afternoon. For 6 months, I'd been closing the best work of my life. 3 enterprise contracts, each worth more than $500,000 in licensing, with commissions that paid out like steady thunder. Last year, my income topped $400,000. This year was tracking higher. I hadn't flaunted it. Instead, I invested, saved, and 3 weeks ago bought something I dreamed of since I was 16, a midnight blue Lamborghini Huracan. Not for show, for me. I kept it in a private garage across town and drove it like a secret. On the way to dinner, I'd made a last-minute choice and parked it 3 houses down, out of sight. The next morning, my mother called. "Tyler didn't mean anything by it. He called me poor in front of everyone. He's just proud. Can you come to Boxing Day brunch? 10 o'clock. I almost said no. Then I pictured the car waiting like a full sentence I hadn't yet spoken. "I'll be there," I said. I texted her, parking in the driveway this time. I also called my mentor, Vanessa, a VP who had backed me since my first awkward demo. I told her everything. She laughed. You're sitting on a gold mine and he's bragging about at least 3 series. That's Shakespeare. I don't want to rub it in. You don't have to rub. Just stop erasing yourself. You've earned being visible. The next morning, I pulled on a black sweater, jeans, and my best boots. I drove across town with the windows cracked, the engine singing low. At 9:58, I pulled into my parents' driveway and let the car settle like a cat in a sunbeam. Then I walked inside as if nothing had happened. My mother came to the door, smiling, then froze. Her eyes slid past me, wide as saucers. "Elena, whose car is that?" "Mine," I said. "That's yours?" I nodded. Tyler poked his head out of the kitchen with a coffee mug. "What's—" He saw me, then the window, then the car. The mug stopped midair. "What the hell is that?" "My car," I said. "You suggested I upgrade." "That's a Lamborghini." "Huracan," I said. "Midnight blue." Dad wandered in, squinting. "Is that yours, Lena?" "It is." Tyler's laugh came out thin. "No way. Did you lease it? What's that, $5,000 a month?" "I bought it outright," I said. "Cash." Silence spread like a tide. Tyler shook his head. "Impossible. You're you." "I'm an enterprise software sales executive," I said evenly. "I closed 3 major contracts this year. My commission alone cleared $400. I opened my banking app and held out the screen, thumb covering the account number. Checking. Investments not shown. He stared until his face went chalky. Dad looked between us, his voice soft. "Why didn't you tell us?" "Because no one asked," I said. "It was easier to let you think I was struggling than to argue every holiday." Brunch was quieter. Tyler kept glancing at the driveway like the car might evaporate. Mom peppered me with questions. "What exactly do you sell? Do you like it? Are you happy?" I answered. Yes and yes. I'd worked hard and built a life that fit. Before I left, Dad pulled me aside. "I'm proud of you," he said, voice catching. I should have said it sooner. "Thanks, Dad." At the door, Tyler hovered, working his jaw like a stuck hinge. "Elena, He exhaled. "I'm sorry, I was a jerk." "You were," I said, not unkindly. "I just thought—" "You thought success had to be loud," I said. "It doesn't. I didn't need to perform it." I stepped into the cold and slid into the driver's seat. The engine woke with a velvet growl. As I eased down the street, I saw him in the mirror, small in the driveway, hand lifted to shade his eyes. For once, I wasn't invisible. If you've ever swallowed your worth to keep the peace, I hope this helps you choose yourself. Tap the hype, tell me where you're reading from, and stick around. Quiet doesn't mean small, and sometimes the softest voice drives the fastest car.